Chicano ideas. Culture is power. History is knowledge. What is going on? A discussion is when people get offended when I say that I am not American. I do not honor the United States. I am not a proud an American. Why do I have to honor the system of the United States of America that was put upon the land and the people who were here before them, who had a culture and identity of an understanding of who they were before the European ideology and culture got put upon? So, when I say I'm not an American, it's because I do not want to honor the colonialism and the identity and the history of the European ways, of the British or the Spaniards. Now, some people could say, well, the word America came from a, a word of the native people called the Americans, but not in that language, in a different tone. But that's been going around. I remember I heard that when I first was a part of YouTube years ago, starting it, saying that the word America was not named after Americano Vespucci, whatever that fool's name. So me, when I say I'm not an American, yes, one, people will say, well, were you born in the United States? Yes. You got a birth certificate of the United States of America? Yes, then you are an American because you were born here. Well, one, prior to the system wanting us to be an American, because we were never meant to be an American. Being an American was never for us. Yes, the people of the 60s and 70s and fought to be an American. They fought for rights to have, rights that still get, you learn, reviewed every so many years, that they re-vote on. They're not fully a law. So when I say I'm not an American, it's because I don't want to honor the colonialism of the history of America. Yes, this is a nation that I live in and that I was born in, but it was never meant for my people. And our people always fought for the revolution. They always fought for a nation, nationalism. But are we really nationalists when we are a colonized people, when we weren't even meant to be for this nation? So how are we truly nationalists when we are a colonized people trying to regain and understand the history and culture and identity of our people prior to a European genocide, a indigenous genocide, a genocide put upon by the Europeans? So when I say I'm not an American, it's because, well, one, you're not an American, so why do you live here? Why are you still living here? You wouldn't have all these rights. You should be lucky to live in this country that other countries don't have. Wow. As someone who's a part of a culture of people who was colonized and we were already here, why are we lucky? So we were lucky to be colonized is what I ask people. Was the genocide and the colonialism and the social conditioning by the Spaniards and the British good for our people? Did we not have freedom before 1492? Were our people not free on this land? Did we not understand what freedom was? Did we not give it to ourselves? Did the land not give us freedom? So we are a free people, but were we ever not free? People say that it would have been worse without Europeans coming here. False, because we already had so many great civilizations prior to the Europeans destroying what we had of Central and Mexico, Peruvian, all the way up to the Cherokees, people having their own villages and tribes and little civilizations. We already knew how to live. We were living. Everybody goes to war. People have battle. Yes, there was hunters and gatherers and people of the bigger cities like the Mexica, like the Mayans, were able to have a bigger army. They were the big cities of their time. And some people were more aggressive and some people are more peaceful. That's what you learn. That is a natural emotion, a natural way of a human as being more negative, being more positive. So, what is it? We are lucky to have what we are and where we are now. Because we wouldn't be able to talk this way if we lived in some other country. True, but all this freedom, so called freedom that we have, the way the United States is, and we have what we have was because of my people, your people, the black and the brown people being put under the enslavement and being helped building this system and making the path of the United States with not our, you know, with not our intelligence of equalness, opportunity, but with enforcement of labor and whatever intelligence that was taken, the Europeans would give no recognition to anything of our mind. They just would probably take it and patent it, on themselves, for themselves. Why is it? Yes, I understand countries are in worse condition than the United States. But as a people who fought to be where we are at, we come and look throughout the history of the Chicano Mexican people, the people of this continent. And while we have the privilege of being in a state, the United States, where we could get education and have more ways to gamble with our life, a little bit more opportunity to gamble with making money. We have certain guidelines and rules that are more loose than other countries, which feels like more freedom. But yet you can't leave the country whenever you want. So, what is it that I have to honor if our people put in the work? What is the fight? What is the path? What is the way to continue of understanding history for those that continue the struggle of knowledge to play outside of the system of the United States and have our own nation? That's what it's about. Not everybody wants that, and if those who want to be a part of the United States should be a part of the United States, and Chicanos who understand that, if the United States says they're about, you know, understanding, will they ever understand? Will they ever give in to people of this culture, of our nationality, so-called ethnicity, whatever word you want to use, retain any land back? Well, we have to do it through economics, and I always talk about economics before. So yes, I will not honor the United States of America. I'm not an American because my people did not just come here. We are not immigrants of this land. If anything, we are migrants. Immigrants is people who are foreign to a land. This continent is not foreign to us. This is not new to us. We've been walking up and down this continent for a long time. We migrated across this continent. So we are not immigrants of a bloodline. We were already here. But other than that, Chicanos, it's just, yes, I understand the privilege that we have, and this is why I speak my mind, like I say. But yet, it wasn't just handed to us. And those who fought for us to continue the push and strive and betterment of our people. This is why I speak the way I do and seem like a radicalist or a nationalist, but hell, when we are a colonized people, we never built a nation together and then yet want to oppose their law when we were already colonized, and we had to accept these ways just to try to live a little better. So as much as they didn't want us to be an American, it's much better for them to just allow us to be an American, because what does that mean? Then we're fighting for our nation. We're fighting for our land back, like the Chicana movement. People of the Chicana movement was fighting for land back. They wanted back people of black ethnicity wanting money, wanting, you know, they want reparations back, and so it'd be easier to give reparations and give people laws passed for them to feel that they live better, because you will just ease in and get comfortable and fall into just the system instead of fighting for your own. That's what that's what fighting for your own is more important than just accepting laws and comfortably continuing to go along with a system that's never really truly gonna benefit you, never meant to. So I'm not an American, not a proud American. I'm here, my people been here, a part of this continent, a part of up and down Canada, Mexico, all the way down to South America. That's where we come from. All of left, West Coast, East Coast. We probably been around. So it's just about what is it that you want to push. Hey, other than that, Chicano's culture is power, history is knowledge. What do you think? What do you believe? What labels do you like to use? Would you want our people to have our own nation sometime in the future? It would take many generations, possibly. Economic growth is one of them. Intelligence is one of them. Or do you just want to continue to live in a blended United States system? And so, peace out.